I have.
We're going right now, so. Awesome. Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another Facebook Live here for our scheduling spotlight. We're really excited today to get into kind of what we're interviewing Jobber today, and we're really excited to have them talk about their system and all the really cool features that it has. We have clients that use Jobber and have really great things to say about the software, and so of course we looked into it more and you know, kind of brought on clients that use the system, and we work really well with it. So we were excited to bring them on to talk more about their service and their platform and how it can benefit some of our clients in the service industry and just anybody out there who's watching, you know, looking for different software that they can use for their company. And so we have Mark here with us live from Jobber. He's head of partnerships, and he's going to go dig into Jobber and kind of tell us all the nitty gritty stuff about what the system does and how it benefits your business. And then we also have, well, myself, my name is Nicole, this is Michelle. And then we have Katie on. Katie, if you want to introduce yourself really quick.
My name is Katie, and I am the outbound specialist, one of the outbound specialists here at Jill's.
One of the best.
One of the best of many.
And then we also have Britt on as well. Hey, Britt, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us what you do here.
Yeah, so my name is Britt. I am a Jill at Jill's office. I'm also one of the managers here, and I'm just super excited to be here.
Also one of the best. Awesome. All our Jills are the best, but they really are phenomenal. And we're so excited about Jobber because it is a phenomenal system. So this is going to be both, if you currently use Jobber, you're probably going to learn some things that maybe you didn't know it could do, or just ways that we can better help you use Jobber if you've already got it. If you are in the process of thinking of signing up for Jobber, or you want to just know more about it and what it can do for your business and how we can work with it, we'll also be talking about that. So stay tuned. If you have any questions at all, please send comment either through the webinar or through Facebook Live, however you're joining us, and we would love to answer them, or we'll have someone contact you afterwards to get more information to you. So Mark, kind of like to jump into this from the beginning, you know, we've just noticed we're kind of at a pivotal point in the whole home service industry right now. Are you, what are you seeing on your end with all that?
First of all, thanks for having me here. I'm super excited. I mean, you guys have been such a good partner for us. What you guys do for contractors and home service providers is actually amazing. We've heard a ton of stuff already from our customers who are the ones coming to us telling us that. So yeah, and again, thanks for having me on Facebook Live. I'll say it, this is actually my first Facebook Live event, so you guys will have to bear with me. Thank you. This is my first initiation. But yeah, to kind of actually, maybe I'll kind of tell you a little bit about what Jobber is exactly. Basically, we're a service management software for home service providers. Some people call them contractors. And essentially, we take care of just about everything in their business. They use it to organize their entire operations, from managing clients and jobs, scheduling, and you guys are a big part of that, crew management, so employee stuff, right to invoicing and collecting payment with customers. And that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. And just actually a quick word about our company. So we're based out of Canada. I'm here in our office in Toronto, where half of our employees are, and our other half in office is out in Edmonton. But our customers can be found all across North America. Actually, technically 42 different countries, but mainly North America. And yeah, to answer your question, I mean, there's some really, really interesting stuff going on right now in this space. It seems that like every industry is hit at a different time with, like, I call it just like technology slamming into the industry, right? With book sales, it kind of started with Amazon, right? And it kind of changed the game and everything. With radio, right? There's like apps and stuff that can deliver that. You're getting it over Wi-Fi now. And contracting home services are for the most part, a little bit more late to the game as far as that big technology slam. Quick things like QuickBooks and accounting softwares have been around forever, of course. You've got, calendar tools up the yin yang, like you've got Google Calendar and all that. Of course, Microsoft Excel. And I mean, these are some of the tools that a lot of contractors and our customers had been using for a long time. But as far as like a major leap where, for instance, in our case, you're putting all of that into one software, that's where things are really changing. So we actually call this, sorry, I'll back up a little bit. To answer your question concisely, there's two things that are happening. One is that technology slam. And again, contractors are trying to solve their problems right now through, or in the past, through fragmented set of softwares. And, sometimes this, right?
Yep.
Sometimes. Yeah. And for the most part, they've been, the industry, the technology solutions have been behind on delivering something that's comprehensive that can kind of roll all of that up together. But that's now all changed as of like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And now they're starting to clue in that, okay, yeah, technologies can help me solve like some of my biggest challenges, right? Like managing those crews, and scheduling takes forever. HR stuff takes forever. Yeah, it's a great time for that. And the other thing is, because of this new kind of consumer environment that we're in, we call it, not just we, but a lot of people call it the convenience economy. It's basically consumers, like all of us, right? When we're buying something online, or actually, even if we're getting an oil change, it doesn't even matter. Whatever we're doing, we want to like be able to pick up our phone, or go on online, click a button, schedule something in. Everything's immediate, everything's easy and fast and convenient. Doing it the old school way is incredibly honorable, and I think the important thing is you don't need to get rid of some of that old school customer service. This is just a complement to it.
Well, and you, in the world we're in today, you have to have both, because if you don't have if you're not using technology in your business, like don't have the tools for your marketing, you don't have the tools for your management, for effective time management, you don't have the tools to manage your employees effectively, to stay in touch with your customers and keep them organized. So you can't run your business effectively without these tools, and your competition is going to way outrun you. So that's one end of it. But then if you don't still have that human connection, which you need to provide, and then a service like Jill's office can help you provide, then again, you're not in the game either, because everybody wants both. They want convenience, they want things to be fast, they want things to work in a really structured, good way, but then they also want someone to be there right away, available as soon as they have a question. So you've got to have both, or you're going to get outrun.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. And sometimes it's like, the two big things that are happening is that you've got this new expectation from customers, right? I think guys, I actually put together some visual stuff to help add to some of what I'm talking about here. And like, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. So I already had some of this already on the go. So yeah, this is kind of what we look at in terms of the convenience economy. Can you see this on your end okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, customers want stuff on demand. They want it to be convenient. And now they want it to be contactless, which is a whole other game. But this is kind of like what the expectations of the customer now look like. But as far as like the stuff that is actually timeless, that contractors have always kind of struggled or battled with, I call these kind of like the battlefields that contractors are on every single day. Those look like this. And for any contractors, any Jill customers who are watching this, these, I'm sure you're falling asleep and waking up every single morning with these on your mind, right? Managing the operations, maintaining all your client job and payment records, right? The old 10, 20 years ago, we used to take that carbon copy quote or whatever and show it into the dashboard of our truck with the in front of the window. And then getting new business off existing customers, making sure you get the 5 stars, right? Because that's huge right there. Maybe one of the biggest things. And then yeah, hiring, training, and retaining good staff. That's probably one of the biggest.
Absolutely, all of that. So tell us what, in a nutshell, because I know there's a lot of different pieces in Power the Jobber, but just kind of brief nutshell, what can it do?
Okay, so I'm going to try to consolidate all, like kind of bring it into something that can be seen from a bird's eye view. And I got a slide on this as well. So here's what it looks like. So it does a lot. The best way that I can describe it is in the context of a journey of your customer flowing from end to end through your business, from the moment they contact you to the moment where you're following up, right? So starts with a request, somebody's giving you a call, more likely they're jumping on your website and filling out a form or something like that. So Jobber actually handles some of that as well. We can provide we can provide contractors with actually the form that's on their website. So if you have like a contact us thing and the customer hits it and give us your name, your phone number, what do you want from us? We actually power those forms. So never mind website development stuff, you just plug it in. And then as soon as somebody fills that out, boom, it's going right into Jobber. So it starts with that. Next, it's like, alerting you to the new job request, right? To you firing out a quote or estimate to the customer and them getting it in an email, a nice, great branded format, them approving it or asking for some change. Once they approve the quote, you're now sort of considering them as a customer, and you're going to have to manage that customer. You're going to need all their details, right? Not just phone and address. It's like you need more details than that. Maybe they got multiple properties, right? And also job tracking. When did you do a job for them? When is a job going to be booked in for them? Is it a single time job or is it a reoccurring job? Right? And managing recurring jobs without some kind of software, like insanity, right? As I said, scheduling those jobs, dispatching your crews, and completing the work. I want to show you something really cool here. So Jobber's like a software. It's not like one that you find at Best Buy or something like that. It's online, right? So you access it through your browser, but we also have Jobber as a mobile app for like Android and iPhone. So when I'm going on site, I'm bringing something like this, right? And if I click on that Jobber app, so now if I'm one of your crew, or if I'm going,
I think we lost you there for a second, Mark.
oh,
sorry.
There you
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got a Jobber app, so you can take it on the go.
Cool. I wanted to add a lot of our clients too that have multiple crews and they aren't necessarily a one-man show. That's one of the things that we hear feedback from a lot is how their crews like the apps that they use. And so I'm glad that you guys have an app because it seems like it's really important. I mean, I think for the business owner, but also for their crews and their employees, they want software that works well for them, that makes them feel confident while they're on a job and, takes a lot of the guesswork out. Yeah. So that they just feel like they can do their job appropriately. So that's awesome.
If you ask most contractors, let's say you've got somebody in the office kind of choreographing everything, right? Most of them are like texting the details to their crew going on site. Okay, here's where you got to go. Here's like the work that you got to do, or they'll email it or something like that, right? But you don't have to do that anymore.
That is amazing. I'm kind of curious. We've got actually let me change our view here for a second. So Katie and Britt, they are in Jobber like all day, every day for lots of different clients and lots of different industries. So I'd love to hear your input of what you like about Jobber and just how it's helpful both to you as a receptionist, helping them on the phones, and then just, you know, creating that great experience for when the caller calls in too, of being able to take care of them really well and everything, just by, because it's such a powerful system.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know who wants to go first. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I'm very passionate about this question. I guess for me, Jobber, I've always worked in software in my entire career, right? Mainly in this industry, but for me, this software is normal. And I have to kind of keep reminding myself that not everybody is aware of softwares like this out there that most people are getting on. It's more like this is the normal. It's just that the majority of people are kind of still behind the new normal. So their normal is more like the manual ways of doing things, or like using like 50 different softwares or whatever. But to answer your question, the thing that gets me so excited about it is that number one, it takes away all of that manual work, the paper, the pen, the 50 softwares, and it puts it into one software. Secondly, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff in Jobber that allows you to automate that stuff. So, I mean, we did a really comprehensive study of our customers a little while ago, probably I think 3.5 months ago. We wanted to find out how much time Jobber was actually saving them in day-to-day operational stuff, like just stuff that they're doing every day. And it's the majority fall between 6 to 8 hours a week. So
Wow.
imagine being able, imagine being able to get off work an hour earlier, or spend that extra hour or two every day figuring out how you can, you know, bring the business up to the next level. That's why our customers are doubling their revenue, and that's an actual fact. And lastly, Jobber gives you like an insane amount of visibility into your business. Like, it's hard pressed to go to a plumber, a lawn care company, and look at one single screen that literally shows them everything they need to know in a heartbeat. For example, this screen. Are you guys looking at my deck or the software?
The software.
Okay, this is, I do want to show you this. This is really cool. This is actually what our software looks like. But so this is like the work overview. So instantly I can look at this and see, okay, how many active jobs have I got on the go? How many jobs require an invoice? It'll even tell you what actions are required. Oh, this person just approved their quote. It should action somebody to immediately follow up with them and get them scheduled in for a job. What about invoices and payments? What about that person that, you know, didn't pay you right on the spot, or like they're a little bit behind? If you've got like 50 customers or even more, how are you supposed to remember that, right? Amongst all the rest of this stuff. So it just, in one split second, here's another screen that does the same thing. It just tells you what to do. You don't even have to think.
I mean, business owners, they are the ultimate jugglers. They got their employee ball in the air. They got their, you know, bills up in the air. They got all their customers up in the air, and like a million balls. They're constantly juggling. So any kind of tool that can all in one help manage those balls is just, it's a no-brainer. You've got to get something that's going to help you keep them in the air and keep your sanity in the process.
And then on top of that, I mean, this is actually a part that I didn't even mention. On top of that, if you're using a service like Jill's Office to outsource some of that labor, like I hope this video goes out to people that aren't yet a Jill's customer, because they got to know that they're doing this amount of work for this little output. You use Jobber and Jill's, you're doing this amount of work for this amount of output. Like, it completely flips it around.
Plus, Jobber and Jill's just sounds cool together.
It does.
But I mean, exactly. With your Jill receptionist, they're helping you keep those balls in the air, because every single call that comes in, if you, I mean, these are glass balls, these customers, you miss that call, crash, it's gone. Like, it's going to go to your competitor. And so having these extra receptionists that can work hand in hand with your system to help keep those balls in the air is just going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to help you bring more business. So, okay. So Britt, we're going to put you on spot here. What do you love about Jobber? You're in it all day. You're answering for lots of different clients in lots of different industries. Tell us what your 2 cents about it.
So what I like about Jobber is it's really to the point. It's super easy. The scheduling is easy to look at. You know instantly what's available, who's available, and knowing you can create a new client if you're inputting information. So yeah, there's the schedule there. It's super easy to see what's available, especially that week view there. You can create new clients easily over in that little right hand corner that he's showing here. You can create let's see, requests and estimates, and you can schedule up in where it says more actions. Mark, I don't know if you can point. Yeah, more actions. You can do a new
for scheduling.
Yeah, sorry, for scheduling. I kind of went ahead
There you go.
Yeah. So you can create jobs, you can create a request, whatever the client, the owner of the company wants us to do. It's all just right there. It's super easy to see and super simple to follow. You can pull up returning customers easily when you're creating these tasks and things.
And I think that's huge for us too, because one of the things that we're big about is we want to actually feel like we're a part of your real team, that we're not just some call center, that we're actually your receptionist. I mean, everyone's working virtually right now, so the fact we're not right there in your office is not a big deal. But the fact that it has all those things and that you can customize, the type of job that you want us to create, or request a task or a job. And then also what you were saying about the repeat customers, it makes us feel again that we're right there in your business with you, because all that information is pulled up for you.
What's amazing too, and this is my fault, and I apologize for it. I should have actually set up some example schedules, because it's so cool how you can sort of just click and drag stuff from day to day. But one of the coolest things that I think is in here is it'll show you all of your jobs on a map. And not only that, but we just relatively new feature. We have route optimization. So if you have like 4 or 5 jobs in a day and like one individual is going out there and doing it, like having route optimization, that's like Google level, right?
I didn't that's cool.
And it is Google level, because Google's powering this map here. But that right there, man, it's worth $40 a month to get started on something like this, if you ask me.
Yeah, we got Greg on our live right now commenting. He said Jill's plus Jobber plus Responsibit saves him $2,500 a month in office assistant, receptionist, payroll, and the system never calls in sick.
Yeah,
so,
it's true.
This is a secret. Do not tell anybody this, but Responsibit is probably one of my favorite integrated partners in our app marketplace.
Ours too. We love Responsibit, but it works
awesome
with Jobber and with Jill's office receptionist as well.
Right.
So we work either way. We can either log in directly to Jobber for you, or a lot of our clients, if they're using Responsibit, then we can use Responsibit, and then it will automatically go on Jobber. So either way, it's a powerful system.
Really good, like complementary services, which is what we like to really stay in touch with, because I mean, we are on the whole path of no one can do everything. We really like to specialize in something. And the one thing that we can do well, we like to do it really well and focus on that. And that's kind of what our whole business is about here at Jill's office anyway, is, delegating out the tasks that you're not really good at, or maybe you need to focus on something else for, our clients. And so even here at Jill's office, we try to do the same thing and really focus on our customer service and, our phone skills and, things like that. So
maybe so if I can, I'll flip around a question for you guys, actually.
Okay.
So
we'll
obviously
finish right after.
how long do we get on this webinar, by the way?
You know what, as long as we need, but I mean, we still got some time. I think that everyone hopefully will tune in.
Because I want to ask a question, and I want to show you some stuff that's some mind-blowing stuff. I haven't even got to the good stuff yet. So you guys obviously work with a lot of home service businesses, and I'm sure they come in all shapes and sizes. They all use different tools. A lot of them are already on Jobber. How does that affect your job, whether or not the business is using this kind of stuff versus like a software like Jobber?
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. So everyone's a little different how they run their business, but the ones that are still using like pen and paper, we're very limited in how much we can help them. We still can provide that live, response when anyone calls in, gather all their information, but we can't take it further. We can't give them, we can't get them scheduled for an actual job or an estimate. We wouldn't be able to pull up their previous work history. So it limits us. And so once you get a tool such as Jobber, it just helps open up the door that we can help you that much more and save you that much more time, because everything's there, like you're saying, in the cloud, that we can just get on there and be a part of your company just like that.
Yeah.
We can see pending things. We can see past invoices that have been paid. Like, hey, when was the last time you came out to provide service for me? Because I'm not sure when you're supposed to be coming out again. We can see all those things. And that's one of the other things that I love about it.
Nice.
Was there anything else, Britt? We kind of jumped in when you were great.
Oh yeah.
It was me. I'm sorry. I totally jumped in. I got all excited by what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, is it has the information regarding the past invoices, all the appointments that they've already been out to or that they're going to go out to. So pending and upcoming stuff, all the customer information, like you can tell them what date their last payment was that they made and how much it was for even and what it was for, because all of that stuff's in there. And you don't have those separate, the separate programs that have to try and work together, but just don't. It makes it easy for us Jills to have all of that included in Jobber.
That's cool. You nailed it, Bray. All of that is amazing. Katie, what about you? Talk to us about what your experience with Jobber.
So my main experience with Jobber, just with outbound, is it's one of my favorite for outbound, because sometimes owners will not have a lot of time and they'll just come to us and say, hey, we need this, please do this fast. So it's a very simple yet detailed scheduler. You can go in, you can look up the person's name, it's right there. Everything you need to know, like Britt said, is right there. What appliance is wrong, or what's wrong with it, what the model name number is. And then you can see, do you have issues with other appliances? And that's like a new thing for you. And then another one that I like is we also do some lawn care maintenance for it, which is really nice because you can go in, and with that one, we just create work orders. So you can go in and it says, what do they need? Do they want lawn mowing? Do they want shrub trimming? And how often? And you can go and you can click the specific ones and then send the work order so that the techs can see it. And they're like, oh, okay, well, this was a simple job. I could fit it in on Tuesday, but with a normal scheduler, it doesn't really plan it out like that. It plans it out as like a big job. So it's like, well, we wouldn't get them until next week. But if you can kind of like itemize what's happening, then you can get them in so much sooner. And it helps them fill out those little gaps where it's like, well, I had 2 hours today. What am I going to do with those 2 hours, And so I love it because it's so detailed, yet so user friendly. Like anybody can really get trained on it pretty fast, pretty easy. And it just says, and like they mentioned before, it'll tell you if a job is awaiting approval. So say that like a property manager calls in and they're like, hey, my tenant said that this isn't getting done, what's happening? And you can pull them up and it'll say, oh, well, it's awaiting their approval. And then, you can follow up and say, hey, we just didn't receive a response yet. What's going on? If you want to get this scheduled, this is the steps, and we'll be more than happy to help you. And I love that, because then it's not like you're looking at a profile and you're like, I don't know why that it's not, what's going on. I don't know why it's not being scheduled, but it just shows you why there's an issue there.
I love that. And Katie, what you said there, I mean, Mark, that's like the ultimate defeat that Jobber accomplished there, because there's a lot of systems out there that are very powerful, but they're so hard to learn and to even view that they just don't get used because it's too confusing. And none of us have a degree in in every software that we need to be able to use it, like our 4-year degree in confusion software. We use that one as an example. But that's amazing.
Yeah, I would say that you just hit the nail on the head of probably the thing that sets Jobber out the most from other kind of similar softwares, other than the fact that we're probably one of the more cost affordable ones, is that everything about our software, everything about our company, everything about our employees, like literally everything is geared around this one idea, which is how do you help a company go from this to this, what I'm showing you. Moving over to a software like Jobber is like, because it handles so much, right? There's a transition period there, right? Essentially, you're putting your whole business onto this thing. So that's why Jobber focuses so much energy into making that extremely easy. From the way that we've designed our software, just being like the user interface and the buttons and all that, it's just like incredibly easy. There's like even suggestions and like how-to stuff that's actually built right in the product. So it's like hover over, how do I do this kind of thing? But right to like our customer onboarding and the way that our sales reps are gonna talk to you, right? It's like, no, you don't have to be rocket science to pick this stuff up. But the impact is like indescribable.
Oh yeah.
That's super important too, because we have had clients sign up in the past, you know, with whatever system they were using, and be a little bit lost and frustrated because they want to use all these systems. They see people talk about how it's important to have automations and have all this technology, but transitioning from being an overwhelmed business owner to taking on new systems is really overwhelming, especially if you're going from the notebook that you have to a new system. And a lot of our clients are, you know, maybe haven't used a lot of technology in the past. They're really good at their trade. They've learned how to be roofers, how to be, you know, carpet cleaners, pressure washers, but they never really learned all these different systems. And so having a really clean system that's easy to, you know, transfer all your information on and understand, and having a really responsive team to talk to at Jobber, you know, that helps a lot because they want to talk to someone and get help. So
that's actually one of the first things I noticed in the company. When I sat down on my very first day, I actually sat like in my desk was right near the team of like 20, 30 customer support people, right? That are just sitting there, essentially engaging with customers on our chat. That's probably one of the best decisions Jobber made, was actually put that customer support chat right in the product. And they're just lovely people. Like they're genuinely lovely people in that department who, like, I know support departments coming from software, right? It's not the easiest job in the world, but our reps actually genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah, and if they understand that you really care about helping them, I mean, it makes a huge difference because they are clients, small business owners. They're very scared to turn over all this trust, you know, to take over all these things. Even for us, we understand it takes a ton of trust to start answering calls for them. Essentially, we're the front door to their business. You know, people call in and we're the first voice that they hear. And so building that trust by having those, being really responsive and building good relationships first goes a long way.
Yeah, I'd say your awesome personalities over there are probably one of your greatest assets. That's the first thing I noticed about Jill's. I'm like, these are just really lovely people. No wonder our customers say good things about them. I'm not trying to pump your tires, but I'm just calling a spade here.
Well, that's what business we're in. So that's good that that's what comes across, because we want to represent everyone's business with, you know, a very positive energy, professionalism, friendly. We want to be your positive first impression, your first door. So that's important.
Yeah.
So, okay, Mark, so we've talked a little bit about like some figures here and there. Do you have any other stats just kind of showing the power of Jobber?
Yeah, for sure. This is the one that I was really looking forward to getting to. Like, I think all software companies, it doesn't matter when you talk to them, it's always the same story, right? We are the best software. We're gonna revolutionize your business and all that. So one thing that we're really big on is kind of at least backing that up with the proof. So a little while ago, we actually launched a massive customer research study and really tried to pinpoint and pull out real metrics that our customers were seeing in their own businesses as a direct result of Jobber. And here's one stat that was probably one of my favorites. And this is generalized over across all businesses. And so because of the sheer number of them, it'll probably drive some of these numbers down a bit. But can you guys see this stat right here?
Yes, we can.
So like one thing that we really promote here at Jobber is that we're going to help you grow your business, which is a big statement, right? It's like, how are you going to get me more leads, right? But it's not all about that necessarily. It's about the saving time, right? And using useful tools to optimize what you already have. So the big thing was like, from their first year of using Jobber to the second year, our customers grew an average of 29%. That's grew their revenue. And this actually continued through the third and fourth year, growing by 15%. So, I mean, if your business is bringing in $250,000 or even over $1 million, adding 30% of that, like you're getting pretty close to getting that island in the Bahamas. You're getting that. Yeah, I'm exaggerating a bit, but that is a massive jump in what your business is doing. And the other really cool thing is, we the next question is like, can we pinpoint any features within Jobber that are actually causing this, right? I think as a whole, they're sort of contributing to this, but can we pull out a number or a metric out of a single feature? So we actually added in a couple new features in 2019 that we tried to pull a number out of, which was automatic follow-ups to your estimates and automatic follow-ups to your invoices. So in other words, let's say you sent out an invoice, or I'm sorry, a estimate to your customer for their work request, and they just haven't gotten back to you. For all you know, got busy, lost sight of it, or maybe looking at some of your competitors or something, right? So probably want to like follow up with it and say like, hey, just want to get back to you. How did you like that quote that I sent a few days ago? Did you have any questions or anything like that? That kind of a follow-up. And here's what we saw. So as a whole, Jobber helped bring in $58,000 from following up on estimates for our customers, rather. Yeah, and then not only that, even crazier number, almost $1 million following up on invoices. So in other words, you send an invoice to a client to pay, because you can send it to them through text and email, and they log in and put their credit card in and stuff like that. Well, sometimes they don't do that right away, right? Especially if it's a reoccurring job. So that feature alone helped bring in almost $1 million off. And that's just, that total is the aggregate of the batch of customers who we started off on that feature. And then, yeah, so
Mark,
it was,
that is so powerful. These little things are actually big things. Those automatic emails that go out. I mean, look at those numbers. It seems like a simple concept, like just send them, the reminder, but just if you sign up for Jobber just for that alone, like that will change your business, just that little thing. And I know Katie, you can probably speak to this as well, because our outbound team, we work really well again with a software like Jobber that has those automated messages going out, emails and texts at the different stages in their journey, whether it's an estimate, whether it's, hey, it's time to get rescheduled, or whether it's an invoice, let's get you paid. But the ones that maybe don't respond to the emails, most people don't want to make those calls themselves. Like, who wants to call and say, hey, give me your money? But, that's a great thing to delegate to a receptionist. Makes you look and feel bigger as a company, and it's something you probably don't want to do. Give it to our outbound team. They're ninjas at all that kind of stuff. They're really good about following up, getting them booked, getting them rescheduled, or following up, hey, let's get paid.
I call them multitasking whisperers. I think that's what you guys are.
Like that. I like that. It's the first time I've heard that.
I just made it up.
I like it. But that's powerful. So that's powerful. Jobber can do all that.
Yeah. And also actually, I wanted to show you just a couple of examples of our customers that are reflecting these sort of numbers, not just with those two features, but again, if I'm going to tell your audience here that Jobber is going to make you more money to the tune of 30% in your first year, I got to back it up. So I wanted to show you this. Well, one thing that our customers put a tremendous amount of effort into is extracting stories, success stories from our customers, and not just like a few one-off cases, but a lot of them. So I just to share a couple of those here. There we go. Can you see this?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, I wanted to kind of try to, I know your customers are a bit of a mix of different businesses, or industries rather. So these two are in HVAC actually. HVAC scheduling is probably one of their, not probably, is one of their biggest pain points. That's why on our website, you see us talking a lot about the scheduling tool on that HVAC page on our website. So that company right there, been around for 9 years out of Florida, 11 employees. They double in size without doubling their personnel. That's the key part. It's called leverage right there. They were running a 4-crew team back then. Now they're running a 12 team, and they were able to power that growth through Jobber. The one at the bottom there, they were making $5,000 a month in 2012 after they brought Jobber on. And this is not within 3 months or anything, but this is like overuse. They quickly got up to over $1 million a year. Like they get 65 work requests in a single month now, probably more since this story had been built. And you know, in landscaping, right? They all kind of say the same thing, which is I grew my business. I saved a whole pile of time. One of the most common ones we get, which is, why didn't I do this sooner? The short answer to that is like, contractors are busy, right? And oftentimes they're in the field. They're actually swinging hammers out there, and you know, they get their hands dirty, so to speak. So like, when do you have time to really look into this kind of stuff? But once you take that first step to at least look into it and see what this thing has to offer, and make that next crucial step of actually switching your business onto it, again, you're going home an hour earlier every night if you want. It's really incredible. And the key part, and I'm sure there's some users that are listening in today who are like, well, I didn't grow, you know, by $1 million. I'm sure there's a few cases like that within our batch of customers. We have a little over 70,000 of them, so it's bound to be a few, right? There's a difference between using Jobber and its basic features, and then there's like power users. And by that, I mean like not rocket scientists, but people who have really taken the time to implement all these features, right? Especially on the payment side. Jobber helps you get paid more easily. So really, like if you take advantage of Jobber and all of its features, that's when you're going to see these types of incredible scenarios coming to fruition for your own business.
Absolutely. I mean, that's so powerful and such a game changer. What I've gotten from this today is not only is Jobber going to, you know, save you time, make you more organized. It's going to, I mean, if it was even 3% growth, it'd be a no-brainer, but you're saying 30%, you know, 29%, that's amazing. And then having more time, you know, a better work-family balance. That's what we're all about, those things as well. So again, I mean, everything we've talked about today, just a very powerful system. Pair it up with your team of Jill receptionists, and you've got an amazing system. So
you're looking pretty good if you got these two. And like the one viewer said, if you've got ResponsiBid, because Jobber probably integrates with I think like 8 or 9 different softwares. Some of them like customer marketing stuff. Some of them, you know, client interactions. By the way, I should probably mention that we do integrate with QuickBooks. I have a very strong sense that almost every business is using an accounting software like QuickBooks, and they're like, that's kind of their main software that they're using to manage their customers and billing. The only problem with QuickBooks, great company, love it, but the only thing is it doesn't incorporate the work management, and that's what's bogging people down. So we integrated with them, so now these two things can work in tandem. I should have mentioned that earlier.
Absolutely. And I mean, since you did bring it up, if you're someone that wants to automate like follow-up processes within Jobber, Responsive is a great integration to get with Jobber, and it can automate us calling out and making those all those different kinds of follow-up calls that we talked about as well. So lots of great stuff there. Now, Mark, we have a discount. Jobber's so generous to give a discount to anyone that doesn't have Jobber yet, just for being a Jill's Office client. So tell us about that.
Yeah, for sure. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen here. Whoop. Oh yeah, there was a few more customer quotes after that, but I won't go through those. By the way, this deck here, I'm going to be providing to Jill's Office after this, so you'll have something comprehensive to be able to look through. Yeah, if you are interested in finding out more about Jobber, then we have a dedicated landing page just for Jill's Office. So when you click on, if you go to getjobber.com/Jill's Office, you'll be led to this page here. And what you're going to want to do is hit start a free trial, because not just so you can get your hands on the software and take it for a test drive, but there's actually a pre-built discount in that trial of 15% off Jobber. And that's something exclusive that we do just for Jill customers, because Jill's is so good to us, and we really feel that, hey, if we can use a discount to encourage your customers to get into Jobber, and as a result, make your lives a little bit easier as well as theirs, then consider that discount a favor for them, but also for you guys, maybe.
Win-win-win all around. It's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so this page you'll have access to, again, start a free trial, sign up for a free trial, there's a discount built into there. And also how we engage in the sales process is we like to get people into a trial first. That way they can become a little bit familiar with our software. And then what we're going to do is give you a call. We'll see that you signed up for a trial. One of our reps are just going to call for like a 5-10 minute friendly chit chat to learn more about your business, answer any initial questions. And hey, if you're ready to buy right there, like if you're pretty much convinced, then you can turn that trial into a subscription right then and there. But if you still have like a lot more questions, you really wanted like a full complete walkthrough of Jobber, that rep who's reaching out for that friendly call is going to get you booked in for 30-40 minute demo with one of our software experts. They're going to go through all the fine details. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. We appreciate that. And just so everyone knows, we don't get anything from Jobber. We just share it because we love it, and we know and we see the power it gives to our clients. And so that's what we're all about. It's just better providing you tools, and when they're so generous to give you discounts in order to just help you run your business better. But we appreciate you being here today. Katie and Britt, thank you for getting on as well. Love hearing from you guys. We like showing that we are real people that are answering your phone. So, and that we love the softwares that you work with, especially Jobber. So, thanks all for joining us today. If you have any other questions, reach out to Jobber.
I also wanted to thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. I say I a lot. I love working with you, but I think it's, I speak for the whole company when I say that having Jill's Office as a partner for us is like, I can't tell you what a value add it is. I mean, you guys aren't just another company, and more importantly, you're not just another virtual assistant company. The personality that you guys have over there, and how well you represent companies, contracting companies, especially our customers. Like we really wanted to thank you for that, and thanks for being a partner with us, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, right back at you, Mark. You did awesome.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get you back on live again.
You did great. First live.
So thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, all. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.